EPA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for July 26th, 2023. It is Wednesday, and the Wednesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by the KP Agency in Easton, Pennsylvania. The KP Agency is Easton's only woman-owned insurance group and is an independent brokerage specializing in Medicare insurance products. Turning 65 and enrolling in Medicare can easily be described as one of the most overwhelming and confusing processes. You're bombarded with ad mail and endless calls, and the information out there can be both misleading and unreliable. Why not use a trusted local professional to guide you through the process? And at no cost, the KP Agency can educate and enroll you in all your Medicare-related needs. Visit them online at thekpa.net or give them a call at 908-329-7140. They are the KP Agency in Easton, proud sponsors of the Wednesday video forecast. So today we're going to have an in-between day. Yesterday we had some scattered showers and thunderstorms, some severe storms across the region. There was a severe thunderstorm watch issued yesterday, precisely where I outlined it would be, which is kind of amazing. I highlighted an area here in the video yesterday where I thought the SVC could have expanded the slight risk, and that's exactly where they put the severe thunderstorm watch yesterday. So I don't just do this for these videos for my amusement. I really don't. There's extensive, before I do these videos, and people always ask me, why are you doing this so late at night? For a couple reasons. One, I want to get the latest model information before I do anything. Second, I want to be able to do a model sounding review for multiple locations across our region to just kind of get the latest and greatest information. So I'm kind of a step ahead of the SBC that only updates once a day. Unless it's the day of, then they do it multiple times a day. But normally, it's just a once a day or maybe twice a day update from the SPC, the Storm Prediction Center from the National Weather Service. So in fairness, I have a little bit of an advantage there as I'm able to look at the latest information and look at the same things they do to determine what we're going to have for severe weather, either on the day of that we're talking about or the next day. So we did that yesterday, did that well. And, I do this all the time. So it is what it is. Today is a mostly sunny day, and we're going to have the temperatures and humidity both increasing today. So we're expecting dew points today to be between the 65 to 70 degree range. And that is going to be coupled with temperatures in the 88 to 92 degree range across the region. So the temperatures are coming up. So is the humidity, and it's going to keep building through the end of the week. We're expecting temperatures to peak on Friday, and then Saturday, the cold front's going to come through. That's going to end this mess here, but it's going to be a short-lived heat wave, 3, maybe 4 days across the region. If you hit 90 today, it'll be 4. If you don't, it'll be just 3, okay? So here we're looking at mostly sunny skies today, no issues with weather whatsoever. Then we have a low pressure moving along the outer periphery of a ridge that is already established across a region. There is no chance that this system is going to come through our area here on Thursday. However, there is an attendant cold front with this. So here's a low pressure like this. There is a kind of a pseudo cold front with this extending further south. As this moves toward northern New England in this direction, around the outer periphery of that ridge that's established, that's giving us all that heat and humidity for the next couple of days. This is going to move across New England, and with a mesoscale convective system as this will be, there is the potential for a long-lived severe thunderstorm line, a line of storms that moves across northern New England here, and might even turn into a derecho if it is 240 miles per hour or 240 miles or greater, with winds of 70 miles per hour or greater on along that stretch of that 240 miles stretch that moves across northern New England. So we're going to move this forward here just so you can see what this does. And you'll notice that it just goes over northern New England, and there's really nothing here on the European model for Thursday afternoon. However, I don't think that's exactly correct, because there's still going to be, even with this low pressure up here, there is going to be a boundary that's down here like this, okay? And that boundary is going to become the focus, I think, of scattered showers and thunderstorms here on Thursday. The most dangerous weather with this is going to be closest to the area low pressure, and that's with the mesoscale convective complex itself. However, there is severe weather potential further south and east. The Storm Prediction Center is also seeing that, and that's why they put this up for the Day 3 outlook. And they have a severe weather, a slight risk assessment here across much of the eastern portions of our region. a marginal risk out here in central PA, but eastern Pennsylvania, all of New Jersey, and the northern two-thirds of Delaware and northeastern Maryland are included in this slight risk. That's indicated by the yellow areas here. I agree with this because there is a boundary there, and we learned anything from yesterday. We had a weak boundary in the vicinity. It wasn't a strong boundary that was there. It was just a weak boundary. You don't need a strong boundary to create a lifting mechanism in this environment where when you're hot, when you're very hot and you're very humid. Okay, it doesn't take much. Just a boundary in the vicinity, and we're talking about a boundary that's going to be not a true cold front. It's just going to be a boundary like this with low pressure way off the north up here. That's going to be driving this whole thing. Okay. So you don't need it to be exactly close in order to have severe weather. Just it's kind of like, I use this analogy a lot, but it's kind of like setting off, lighting a match, in a fireworks factory. Okay, there's a lot of ammunition around to go off. Okay, and this is exactly what we're dealing with because we have very high instability. We have a lifting mechanism with that boundary in place. And even though it's not shown here on the European model, there is a boundary there. And if you learned anything yesterday, a weak boundary is enough in this environment to produce scattered showers and thunderstorms, and it could be severe. And the NAM is trying to show that as we look at the afternoon. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon here on the latest NAM that ran this evening, and it shows a line of thunderstorms across central PA that just continues to grow as it moves across eastern Pennsylvania. I was able to check some soundings across eastern PA as this moves eastward, and it is very supportive of severe weather. So if there is in fact a boundary there, which I do think there's going to be, not the mesoscale convective system itself. Get that out of your head. We're not dealing with that here. We're not dealing with a derecho here. But there is a boundary in the vicinity that could touch off scattered showers and thunderstorms that moves across the region during the afternoon and evening hours here on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably going to happen even though the European model is showing nothing. Okay, mesoscale models are designed for severe weather, any kind of convective activity. These are convective allowing models, and this is what it's showing. The short-range models are better geared or more physics involved in with it to be able to determine what's going to go on here on Thursday. So I'm not going to discredit what the NAM is showing here. It might not be this robust, but there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms, I think, here on Thursday as this moves through, and as this system, the complex is driving it, moves off to the north. But once you get beyond this, for Friday, we're back to another mostly sunny day, and temperatures, again, peak heating is going to be on Friday. We're expecting temperatures in the middle 90s across many portions of our region, kind of like a 93 to 97 degree range here on Friday. As you see above me, 88 to 92 today. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, 90 to 95, and then we get to Friday, I think it's 93 to 97 is what our range is in temperatures across the region. Then we have a cold front. This is going to save the day. If you're not afraid of the heat and humidity, we will have a break from that as this cold front moves through. It's going to be warm ahead of this boundary here on Saturday as well, with temperatures on either side of 90 degrees. Then we have scattered showers and thunderstorms coming in during the afternoon and early evening. This presses off to the south. And then Sunday is a dry day, partly cloudy and lower humidity, temperatures in the lower 80s. So it's going to be a much nicer day here on Sunday. That's going to continue right into Monday, lower humidity and mostly sunny skies here on Monday with temperatures very similar, lower 80s we're dealing with. And then once we get to Wednesday, the wind directions come in from the west-southwest instead. There's a boundary going off to our south. Another mesoscale convective complex is going to come through, we think, as we get into the Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. We'll have to keep an eye on and where this exactly tracks. Right now, the European model is taking the south of the region, but I can tell you when you're dealing with an MCS, it's going to be highly variable. It's going to be dependent on where the ridge position is, but we will be in a northwesterly flow aloft that's going to allow this low pressure to take shape next week. Okay, there's going to be the opportunity for that, and I warned you about this when I got back from vacation on Monday and I started talking about this potential next week. Okay, it's here. There's the mesoscale convective system, and this could lead to strong thunderstorms moving through at least portions of the region, if not south. It might be over us, it might be north of us. We'll see. It's going to depend on that ridge position, but the northwest flow aloft allows this kind of thing to happen. Okay, so we'll have that opportunity in the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Right now we kept Tuesday because the European model still has this on Tuesday. Back to the west, it is going to be a partly cloudy day and temperatures coming up slightly, but still generally middle 80s here by the time we get to Tuesday of next week. I'm EPA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for July 26th, 2023. Have a great Wednesday.